Hello everyone, Sean and Sean here talking about Giants football. We're excited to have you here today.
What's going on, everybody? Obviously, you guys know the Giants lost to Chicago Bears this week, but it's another disappointing loss for this team. I really thought the Giants this week had a chance against a very mediocre Bears team this year, and as you guys know, man, the offense this week really wasn't moving as well as I thought it would. I mean, I thought, Pat Shermer's play calling this week wasn't the best as it could have been weeks ago. But mostly I wanted to focus on the way the offensive line was playing in that game. I thought that Daniel Jones didn't have enough time, but I really thought the run game was not working. Saquon had 17 carries for, I think it was
other than
59
that
yards.
Other than that 22-yard run.
Yeah.
His ankle looks like it's okay. We know it's still hurt. He had it severely taped up. But he didn't get that many outside runs. We saw he dropped that pass, which would have been a huge play for him. It would have been a good momentum play for the Giants. But we have, the Giants need to get him back on track, design some more plays in the outside running game, and get the running game going, and get the line to block better. They need to do a better job blocking.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you look at some of the plays, it was like Saquon, as soon as he was getting the ball, the D-line was already there. And I know the Bears have a really good D-line, and they also just everywhere great defense. But I thought the Giants, they need to do better. The tackles especially have to do better blocking for like the zone runs, the inside zones, outside zones. And it was like Saquon really didn't have anywhere to go. And so I'm hoping throughout the rest of the next couple games we have, the offensive line improves. We have our next games against Green Bay, and they also have a really good pass rush.
So. A huge game because with Green Bay, as you know, their defense is much better. Their cornerbacks are better, and they're coming off a huge loss, being embarrassed by San Francisco. So they're going to be very hungry. They're going to try to come into MetLife Stadium to embarrass the Giants. The Giants need to hang in the game and give a good showing. Show this for your fans. Come out and play hard.
Yeah, and I feel like now, since the Giants going into this next game, they're going to be without Jabril Peppers. He has a fracture in his back, and then also who was the other guy?
Well, we lost and Golden
Tate
off of just a phenomenal catch after the throw from Daniel Jones on that 4th down and 18 play that he caught for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Supposedly he has a concussion. He's in concussion protocol, and that would be a huge loss for Daniel Jones because he needs all the weapons he can have.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you look at the last 2 drives the Giants had, the first drive they had when they came out, and they scored their second touchdown. I thought that drive went very well for them, And the next drive, it was like the play calling, I don't know if there was miscommunication. They had to convert on the first 4th, I think it was a 4th and 4, the throw Daniel Jones to the Darius Slayton. And then after that, it was like there wasn't anything going after that.
Flat. One of the problems with the Giants under Pat Shermer is they always look flat in the beginning of the game, and that's bad. And I'm quite sure management, either Dave Gettleman and John Mara, are looking at this, and it seems like it's a pattern because the fans think it's a pattern. The media think it's a pattern. And this is why I feel that Pat Shermer is in major, major trouble here. There's a possibility he will not. I'm going to say more than 50% chance he won't be the coach of the Giants going into next year, even if he wins some games. But we still going to have to wait and see because, as you know, the Mara and the Tisches, they don't like change. Changing, like they just, after 2 years, they just got rid of McAdoo. But the thing is, Pat Shermer has not shown you enough where he can be the Giants coach for the rest of the years to come.
Yeah, I agree. Like Pat Shermer, it's just like he doesn't. It seems like we get the same stuff every week, like during the press conferences after the game or like during practice. It's like the same stuff, And I think a lot of
just
Giants fans, want to see something new, something positive, and it's always like negative, mediocre responses all the time. So I would like to see hopefully, maybe the Giants move on from him. We don't know,
that
but
would be good.
We'll see. Like, there's a lot of candidates out there, like Ron Rivera, and then there's also reports about Jason Garrett, which I'm a little concerned about, but we'll see how it goes. It could be good or bad. So,
There's Matt Rule too, who's at Baylor, who worked with the Giants when he was under Tom Coughlin. But we still have 5 more games to go. There's going to be a lot of evaluation with players, coaches, and the media is going to let you know about it, what's going on.
Exactly.
And you need to follow them too as much as you're following us and stuff. And they'll be able to give you some inside information. But the Giants need to show something. We got good young players out there. You saw Julian
Love with a great
interception. There was a heck of a play by our linebacker.
Alec Ogletree. Yeah, he was pretty much defending.
Play.
Yeah, he was defending 2 receivers at the same time, the back of the end zone. Thought that was a great play,
Yeah,
but I'd like to see him step up more, And
Yeah.
I'm glad he did this game. He did step up. But one guy I really want the Giants to see what's going on is Corey Ballantyne in that slot.
Yeah,
he was getting very exposed, and I know he's a 6th-round pick, so it's low expectations for him. But I would like to see the Giants practice more with him and like go over the playbook better with him, because I think he could be a really good, solid player for this defense, especially since he's got the speed. So I want to see what happens. There's a lot of good young guys now.
Sam Beal.
Yeah, Sam Beal. Like, I know Baker, they kind of sat him down a couple drives because of the discipline. He hasn't been performing well. So and it's always that next man up mentality, like how Sam Beal's in there. I like Sam Beal. I know he's been out for like 2 years now, so I would like to see him more play, because I think he could really be that outside guy next to Baker next year if Baker somehow progresses better, and I think he can.
And this is a big decision, Giants fans, because as you know, it's going to be the last year on Janoris Jenkins' contract. So Dave Gettleman, he spent a supplemental pick on Sam Beal, so he really wants him to stick. So, we need to get him out there. He needs to get lots of reps, and we want to see what he can do. So if they're going to make that decision, do they bring Jenkins back from his last year, or is it's ready to move on? They put Sam Beal on one side, and we have DeAndre Baker on the other side, and then Corey Ballantyne, and you have Julian Love. All these young guys, we need to see them developing and making plays and getting better. We need them to be coached better, which I think is a problem. I don't think a lot of these guys are being coached well.
Yeah, I agree. Like, James Betcher's defense so far hasn't looked positive at all. It's looked very negative, in my opinion. I haven't seen much progression through. Like, I thought, a couple years ago when the Giants had got like guys like Ogletree, and then when they did the trade for Janoris Jenkins, and I was like, okay, maybe the Giants got something going. And then once they got these draft picks, like when they got DeAndre Baker and Ballantyne, I was hoping, wow, maybe
in that draft.
Yeah, maybe like this could be something that we've been missing, and also I'm glad Julian Love is playing more, because Julian Love now is showing a lot of interest in maybe just taking that free safety spot. And he needs reps. These young guys, you can't just have them on the team and not play them. You have to get them in there. Like at the beginning of the season when the Giants were playing Ryan Conley, and hopefully we expect him to do something next year.
Yeah.
So.
And if you remember Ryan Conley, that was a great pickup by Gettleman. He was solidifying the defense in the middle until he had the injury where he blew his knee out. We hope that he comes back and he's going to be nice and healthy and he can make a great contribution, because he was showing leadership. He was running all over the field, making plays, and it really hurt the defense when they lost him.
Yeah.
So, because some of the other guys that we have in there, they're just not doing anything.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean?
David Mayo, some guys really don't want to see David Mayo. I mean, he's a great veteran, but we want to move on. We want to have the young guys out there getting reps and a lot of time, because you never know. Maybe those guys could be the spark to something new, something like a leader, you know?
Yeah, it's a true evaluation period.
Yeah, so now I want to focus a little bit on the offensive side. Daniel Jones threw a touchdown pass to Caden Smith. I thought Caden Smith, he really showed up in that game.
First touchdown
Ever for his
Stanford.
NFL career. Yeah, Stanford, you know.
All those great tight ends be coming out of Stanford.
Yeah, and I think also the guy who continues to do great this year is Darius Slayton.
Oh, yeah.
Darius Slayton,
awesome.
last game, I know he only had 67 yards, but if you really looked at the way he ran his routes, he's became a lot better route runner, and he's also been making a lot of good plays, man. Like, if you look at the tape, man, the way he had a catch, I forgot which type of route it was, and he had like brushed off Prince Amukamara, and he was running past Eddie
Almost
Jackson.
like a comeback route.
Yeah, something like that, and he looks really good, man. I think he's gonna be that number one receiver, absolutely.
Yeah. And there's a comfort level with Daniel Jones and Darius Slayton. We know he still has Golden Tate. Shepard came into the game, you know. He had a great reverse run on there and stuff, and we need to get him back into the flow. He's been out a couple games and stuff. And
yeah, and there's also, I believe is the last drive, Sterling Shepard, and he's been in the league for a couple years. I think it was a crossing route he was running, like a dig.
More like an option route.
Yeah. And he ran it very short.
Yeah.
When I was kind of concerned there, because I'm like, you know, if you need the yards, you want to make sure you run your route deep enough to make sure you get that first down. And, you know, I'm really concerned about, you know, what's going to happen with this offense. You know, we have the weapons, we have everything, but I feel like we should be averaging almost 21 to 28 points per game.
Yeah, and Shepard, he was in the league like 4 years. He didn't run his route deep enough. You know, you need to run a little bit past that first down marker. So if you have to come back, it's coming back right around the first down where you're going to make that catch. And, you know, and he should know better than that, because he has to help Daniel Jones out. He's the veteran. Daniel Jones is still learning. You know, like what happened on the play with Camille Mack. Now, if you remember on that play, because this is still a learning process for Jones, he should have stepped up in the pocket, and he talked about that in the post-game interview. He's like, he's still, you know, because it was another fumble. What does he have, about 9 now?
He has 10. He has 10.
Yeah,
I think it now was 11 after.
Right, and he said that he should have been more aware to step up in the pocket, especially with a guy like Matt coming around the corner.
I know.
He went by our left tackle.
But also, I can't even blame, him on part of that, because Nate Solder, man, he got torched on that.
Yeah,
but I feel, absolutely, Daniel Jones should be more, you know, aware of that. And then one thing I also want to go over before we are over here is Aldrich Rosas.
Yeah.
He has been terrible this year. I mean, the guy missed 2 clutch field goals. I feel like if he would have made those field goals, the Giants win.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, they made him look amazing. If you count those field goals, it's game's over.
Yeah, it's 20-19. We would have won instead of 19 to 14, because Ross has been up and down. We know kickers, they're like psychological things, just like we're leaving in baseball. But he's just been terrible this year. He hasn't, you know, and they're gonna have to make a decision at the end of the year. Is they're gonna move forward with him?
Yeah, and I think at this point you have to, because there's been numerous times this season that he's missed clutch field goals where we either could have won the game, or like it was like a 3-point game or something like that, and he's missing it. Like, we need that clutch field goals, because special teams is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part of football. So
and their special teams. The Giants special teams I'm a big fan of our special team coach. The Giants special teams have been pretty good this year, other than we had the block punt. I think that was against the Patriots and stuff, but they've been pretty good this year, the special teams. But missing these field goals, then kicking This was the start of the second half,
yeah.
kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's
so you're putting the Bears already at the 40-yard line to start off.
Yeah, and I think
that
that's
was
a big mistake.
And you can see the expression on Sherman's face, like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, and I think the Giants need to make changes as soon as possible because I would like them to stay strong throughout these last 5 games. You don't want to always be in the top 5 in the draft. You want to also make progress for not the end of this year and then for the beginning of next year. You want to make sure you have something positive to look at for the next year. So I don't think giving up or tanking, that's not an option.
No, tanking, I've never been a fan of tanking. Guys get hurt. You have to give 100% every time you're out there on the field. And then this is going to be another losing season. The fans are disappointed. And Gellerman and Mara and Tish, they're going to have to make some serious decisions here on with the coaching staff. Even if they keep Sherman, changing people on the coaching staff, and they got to have another strong draft. Plus, they're going to have money for free agency because there's going to be some players off the book like Eli, Odell Beckham contracts.
Yeah, 2 big contracts. Odell's contract
and then Janoris Jenkins. What are they going to do?
And then also there's Rhett Ellison's contract, which I like Rhett Ellison, but he hasn't been on the field. But I really hope they bring him back because he blocks really well, and he also is good at catching the ball.
Yeah, and are they going to pick up Evan Ingram's option? But those are things we're going to get into as we go, in the offseason more.
But yeah, so for now, this is we're looking at Green Bay next week. So we're just hoping, man, the Giants give the best effort. I really think they could, hopefully, compete in this game. I mean, I know it's going to be
compete.
tough.
Try to stay in there because, like you said, Green Bay's coming off getting blown out and embarrassed on Sunday, and it was Sunday Night Football by a hot San Francisco team that looked really good. They got Super Bowl look in them. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
So we're gonna end it right there, but hopefully, I'll say in the next. Probably tomorrow, the next day, we're going to try to get a video about the coaching for Pat Shurmur and what the Giants would look at for the next year if Shurmur does leave or he gets released by the Giants. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this video. And go Giants.
Yeah. Bye. Appreciate it.